I got a really cool video for you to watch next. This was originally filmed in conjunction with my very first podcast. And well, I've taken a little longer to launch the podcast than I expected. And so I wanted to go ahead and get this video out to you so that you have the information and that you're not waiting for this critical stuff, just in case you do need the info and the materials. So without further ado, let me welcome Combat Midwife. All right, ignore the blooper from the previous video. So we're back outside, or outside for the first time actually. We're going to talk equipment. So we watched the movie and we saw what those two teenage girls did in an austere environment with no supplies hardly, other than just basic household towels and a medical or prepper textbook of some kind. And so now we're going to talk with Combat Midwife about if you had the opportunity to have the right supplies before the bad thing happened, yes, what would those supplies look like? And if you want to know where you can get them, this is the place. Yeah.
So Medical Gear Outfitters is teamed up with myself, Combat Midwife, and we put together a really awesome kit, and I'd like to share it with you.
All right, yeah, go ahead and show us.
Actually, and, you just have fun.
All right, and so look at this. It's a cool Combat Midwife sticker right on the top. And if you like that sticker and that logo, you know what? I bet you've got T-shirts that you sell, don't you?
I have T-shirts and patches and all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, do you have the morale patches with the Velcro on the back?
They're coming.
Oh, I see. Those are awesome.
They're on their way.
Yeah. And if you're a guy, don't be afraid to sport a midwife patch on your. If you know the skills, sport the patch. I mean, be proud of that stuff. All right. So if you order one of these, this is what's going to arrive on the doorstep, and let's see what all's in here. All right. So the bio hoop bag.
Yeah, so vomit happens.
Yes, a lot.
And
I have 5 kids. It happens all the time.
Yeah, and it's just nice that you could see that even in the beginning part of the video, she was having some issues with morning sickness.
Oh, yes.
But during labor, some women actually get nauseous and vomit during transition, which is the point from active labor to delivery. And so we threw some
these are the good ones too. With 5 kids, I keep some in the car that are like the blue ones with the plastic ring at the top. Yeah. But you can't close them.
You can't close them.
And this has a zip tie at the top. This is like world-class vomit bag here.
It goes zip tie, but then it also has this, so you encapsulate it.
That's perfect.
So our kits come with this, and they are meant to come with this. I will give a little bit of a caveat, and that is medical supplies are extremely hard to find right now. So some of you have been getting the standard blue ones. Just because we are having a hard time sourcing these. But just be gracious to us. We are doing the best thing that we can to get you the best products.
This thing will hold 2,000 cc's. That's a lot of vomit.
It's a lot of vomit. And you get 2 of them in there.
Okay, 2 of them. And just know that if you get one of these good ones, it's because she likes you better than the other customers.
True.
All right, so let's see what there's the second one.
Yep, there's the second one.
All right, we've got a ruler. Now, I use these to measure. I do a lot of woodworking right here on the farm, and so that's all I know what to do with this. What would I need this for with a baby?
All right, so after baby's born, you're going to measure how long they are. Okay. Because that's important stuff, and you want to record those things. Yeah. But another really cool thing is you actually measure the circumference of their head and their chest, and more than there's an inappropriate distance between those numbers that would tell me maybe fluid on the head or a heart anomaly. Now, it's not definite. Please do not run around the house measuring your toddler's head, okay?
It's good practice.
And freaking out that maybe, possibly, you have an issue with your little one. That's not the case. It's for immediately after birth. It's not something we can do long term.
Okay, awesome.
If that makes sense.
And this is really great because most of you guys, even you medics, the only tape measure you're going to have around the house is a metal one.
Right.
And you don't need to be wrapping that around a brand new
newborn.
And because it's probably rusty and got all kinds of crap on it.
Yeah. Woodworking and fun stuff.
All right.
We have Chuck's pads.
Chuck's pads.
Chuck's pads are great because in an austere environment, it may be difficult to actually have a clean place.
Yes.
There was nothing sterile about getting pregnant. There's really nothing sterile about getting unpregnant. So a lot of people are so concerned about needing a sterile environment. I just need to be clean.
Yeah, okay.
Like, if you were going to sleep in that bed, it's probably okay to give birth in that bed. Okay. Right? But I also know that in an austere environment, doing things like laundry and sanitation, hygiene, it's very difficult. So you're going to get a couple of these. They're actually the quite large ones. I picked the largest ones we could get because I wanted to make sure that you would have options. So even at birth, I don't like to waste your money. So even when I'm delivering your baby, I turn them. So like if it gets really gunky on one side, I'm gonna rotate it and use both sides, because it's not okay for me to waste your money.
Yeah, awesome.
So I just be aware that you can probably get a couple turns out of this for soaking up things like blood or amniotic fluid, or just having a nice clean place.
Okay. Yeah, because the movie scene that we just watched and critiqued, they were laying in the dirt.
Right.
And had some blankets under them, but I mean, like you said, if you could sleep on that bed, it's
probably. I mean, I'm using the word probably because some of you might do questionable things.
Yeah. All right. Now you can tell from my haircut that my head gets cold in the wintertime, and so I've got like 10 of these because I misplace them. And so I'll let you tell us what this is.
So this is an all organic cotton, thick baby, little baby hat here. And the reason I picked this one is because it is thicker than the one that you would typically get at the hospital, where it's really
useless.
Yeah, they're really thin.
Yeah,
the little pink and blue knit cap ones, they always fall off. This should give you a little extra oomph to kind of stay on little baby's head. I don't actually typically use knit caps or blankies or other things that you're going to find in this box in a normal environment. Where this box was specifically made for an austere, off-grid, you have no resources to glean from.
Yeah, okay.
So this is great, because if you did need to move like they did, wouldn't it be nice to put a little baby hat on if you were going to be out in the elements? Awesome.
And so in other words, kind of what she's saying, I mean, about this box is, if you're a prepper, survivalist, I mean, not a nutcase like some of them are. I'm just talking, if you just want to be prepared, I mean, you get a box like this, don't even open it. I mean, unless you want to look at the stuff and train with it, but just write OB Kit on the side.
Right.
Put it with your stockpile. I mean, this is awesome stuff. Now I've seen these all over the place. Tell us about this one.
So this is a biohazard bag. After baby is born, you are going to have the chucks pads that are saturated. You're going to have the placenta. And in an austere environment where, again, cleanliness is a problem, maintaining a clean environment is problematic. I don't have running water. Lighting a fire to get rid of this stuff might be dangerous and let others know where you are. This would be easy to dig a hole, bury this wherever you were going to put your trash, but you wouldn't want to attract bears or ants or other critters that might be coming to get you. So it's just helping make it be a little bit more encapsulated. And this is the big biohazard bag.
Yeah, because we got to fit those big chunks in there.
Yeah.
All right. A water bottle to drink out of, because it's hard work.
It is hard
watching a woman give birth.
It is hard work watching.
So tell us about the drinking bottle.
You've had babies before.
Yes.
Do you know what this is?
That is a cleansing bottle.
It is. It's a peri bottle.
It says it on the side.
It does say it on the side. So it's a peri bottle. Sometimes women call it cleansing bottle, but it's called a peri bottle to most of us.
Oh, let me see if I'm right. Perinatal wash.
Yeah. So if you're gonna go ahead and clean the lady bits, you have a nice little bidet to us non-Americans out there. So what I typically say is do a little bit of warm water if you had running water, but any clean water, it's very tender down there. When we go to the restroom, typically we would wipe, but that's not an option when you just had a watermelon go through the size of a lemon. So it's not comfortable.
It's a little chafed down there.
It is a little chafed, and most hubbies have seen this when I've had them open up and they go, oh, I have one of those underneath my sink. And it's because most women will hang on to this. And it's actually great for other cleaning issues later on, like maybe a yeast infection or a bacterial infection. And I typically recommend that you just put warm water in it. But if there was a cleaning issue, maybe there was a tear and you were worried about just microbes getting there, you could put maybe a drop or two, if you're feeling frisky, of any sort of like baby shampoo or even your standard body wash would be fine. Just a drop or two. You don't need to douse in there. The vagina is antimicrobial on its own. It doesn't need anything to clean it. So this is just to prevent, because we're in a weird environment. Okay.
Now, in a weird environment, would you say if it's water that you're willing to drink?
Yes.
It's safe enough?
I was. My brain was going there. I'm so glad that you said that. Yes.
You said vagina.
I know. We went off on a little. I know. And we went on a little tangent there. But yes, if it's potable, drinkable water,
Yeah. Okay.
then it should be okay to clean with. So if it's bathable, drinkable, that cookable, right? If you
Yeah.
can cook with it, bathe with it, drink it, it should be fine. Don't use gray or black.
Yeah, no. That's even a guy wouldn't do that.
No.
All right. What do we got here?
So this is called a Deli suction, and it's actually a pretty cool piece of equipment. Here, we'll open it.
Uh-oh. We are opening the sterile supplies. It's a special treat.
It is a special treat.
I won't even open my stuff when I'm teaching.
We're gonna do this because I just feel like it's nice to see this. So this is called a Deli suction, and what this does is this part would actually go into baby's nares, right, their nose or their mouth to suction, and your mouth goes on this part, and you would just put the lightest bit of suction, and all you're trying to do is pull gunk into this port here. These are not connected, so it's not going to go in your mouth. And I know you guys probably can't see that, but they're not connected, so it's not going to go in your mouth at all. And actually, it would be, you could technically reuse it. I mean, if you had a way to clean it, this actually comes off, and you could dump it and do it again if you really needed to. I highly doubt you're even going to get, goodness, what is this even measuring? I don't know, mLs maybe?
That'd be a lot of snot.
You aren't going to get much out of the little one. I promise you're not. But this thing is really stinking cool. In fact, veterinarians actually use that with puppies when they deliver puppies or kittens.
Cool. And even with the kids we have years in, we use a similar, or have used a similar setup to when they get clogged up and can't, before they're too young to blow their nose.
To blow their nose.
Yeah.
So did you use the Frida, or is it purple?
I'm not sure. Yeah,
Okay.
but it doesn't have the container.
It doesn't have the container,
Right.
yes. But yeah, I bet you it's probably the Frida one. But they're really cool. I like them, and I think they're clean. Let me restate that. They are cleaner than the bulb syringe. Okay. Because the bulb syringe holds everything in there, and you can't take it apart and clean it. So I've actually had mamas, like, I've had to be like, well, you're reinfecting your sweet baby, and she doesn't know. And we don't need infection in an austere environment, so there you go.
With the first couple of babies, we had bulb syringes, and one of them cracked open one time, and so I accidentally saw inside it, and it was gross inside that bulb syringe, because you're just imagine all the...
I know, isn't it disgusting?
Snot is something you want to get rid of and not store for later use.
For later use. Yeah, that's probably the best way. Oh, that's our second.
Another Deli.
Yep. You're just going to get one. I threw in there extra so we can
right.
look. Okay, this is probably my favorite. So this is your umbilical cord shears, and as you can see, they are curved, and that's going to make it easier to cut the umbilical cord. Did you cut your kiddo's umbilical cords?
I tried to get the doctor to let me take in my marine K-bar knife to do that with, and they said no.
I would have let you.
Yeah, because that would have been very traditional and awesome, and
I would have totally supported that 100%.
Every time it was like EFT shears. And they actually did, the cord would start slipping out as you were trying to cut it.
This will not happen with
That's pretty cool. I've never actually seen those before.
Well, you can touch them.
5 kids, and I've never seen this awesome device.
But isn't that cool?
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
I had another prepper guy open this box, and he goes, well, after you're done having the kid, you could keep these, and actually you could cut the end of your cigar off.
Exactly.
So I like his ingenuity. We have to give Such a shout out for that one. So
because in the apocalypse, I mean, we've got to use everything for every possible use.
Multiple times. But anyway, there you go.
All right.
This is the baby blankie, and it's a large baby blanket. I mean, it gets big, and it's going to be able to go over both mom and baby to wrap them up. But it's all, I mean, that's a nice blanket.
That's one we would keep later.
We would totally keep this one, because again, this is not the standard one that you get at the hospital.
Yeah, those things just fell apart.
They did fall apart, and this is actually, I mean, it's very nice. We sourced a really nice material here, and then also made sure that it was something that you could use for baby, or boy or girl, because it's pink and blue.
There we go. And like she said, I mean, this stuff is way better than, 5 kids, and everything at the hospital was disposable, pretty much, including the blankets.
Yes.
They just fell apart, and really cheap stuff. And so in an austere environment, you want to be able to use this stuff later on for
anything,
future babies, anything else.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I know what this is. I'll let her explain, though.
Yeah, so these are your umbilical cord clamps. So most umbilical cord clamps are big and bulky. Did you find that it was difficult to figure out, should I stick it in the diaper or out the diaper, or what do I do? Because it's this big alligator clip.
And we ended up, at one point, we had diapers that had a little cutout.
Yes, absolutely. Well, these are very slim. I don't know if you guys can see these, but they're very, very slim and sleek, if you will.
Yeah.
And I did that on purpose. We wanted to make sure that we were picking something that would not be bulky or cause other problems. The last thing you need is a tear and an injury to baby's stump. So we don't want that. And there you go.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. All right. Oh, we're getting some cool stuff now. I like this.
So this is the clean printer. And the clean printer is going to help you actually take feet prints of baby and put it on your commemorative birth certificate here. And this has space to put where the baby was born and who delivered the baby and date and time and length and weight and all that fun stuff in place.
Yeah.
As well as a place for the right and left foot.
That's pretty cool.
But the cool thing here is there's an extra space. So can you want to take a guess on what the extra?
Well, I accidentally read it before.
Oh, shoot fire. That's okay.
The mother's fingerprint.
Yes.
Why would we need that though? Why would we want that?
So that's a way to be able to just say this baby belongs to this mommy.
Okay. Yeah.
So what is
chain of custody?
Yeah, exactly, because we don't even in and down, off grid.
Yeah. I mean, even a big snowstorm or something. I mean, you never know.
So yeah, you can go ahead and just put mom's fingerprints or thumbprints, pardon me, to go with the same side, right? So left foot, right foot, you just do left hand, right hand, and that way it would give some identity to baby.
Cool.
It is pretty cool, and it is something beautiful to stick in your baby book later. And it's something that even if you were having a baby at a birth center, if you were intentionally having a home birth, if you were having your baby in a hospital, you always get a fancy something like this anyway. And then this actually serves as your way to get your birth certificate from the state, if that's what you chose to do, or get your Social Security card.
If the state still exists after the apocalypse.
Right, if the state still exists. And then it's just a way for you to prove this baby belongs to this mama.
I mean, I've seen prepper OB kits over the years, and I've never seen one that did the personal stuff.
Thanks.
It was always just birth the baby, get it done, bury the waste, and that's it.
Okay,
but, Oh, see, I like this. See, I love her logo, and this has got the Combat Midwife logo right there at the top. And it looks like an ingredient list for the box.
It is, yeah. So it's just kind of a rundown of each piece of equipment you're going to have, and then it gives just a little bit of information on what that might be for. So if you're ever kind of like, wait, what was this whole thing? What was it supposed to do? But it just gives you a little bit of information.
Yeah. All right, and we are getting to the bottom. Oh, this should have been at the top. This is what I would want very first thing.
Yes.
If I know it's coming.
All right, so this is a cool little baby bunting here. Oh, anyway, it's a cool little baby bunting, and it helps us actually keep baby warm. So it's a way for us to be able to, if we were transporting little one, be able to give us some way to transport them to keep them nice and warm.
Okay.
So here you go.
That's
it's a little baby papoose. So it has a zipper, and you could wrap baby in their blankie and then wrap baby again in this. If you were moving, or maybe your mom was also a patient. Maybe you were having a really bad situation where you just needed to keep baby a little bit warmer. That would help us out.
That's pretty awesome. And that's everything. That's all you need. I mean, and the thing is, I work with a lot of preppers, putting medical kits together and stuff. And I mean, I work with some that are like really anti-government, off-grid types. But this is perfect for, I mean, kind of my core audience are the people that might get caught in a snowstorm or in Texas last year. Actually, was it early this year? Texas had a horrible ice and snowstorm. I mean, it was basically grid down.
It was
in the middle of the United States.
That's my state.
Yeah, and in Atlanta a couple years ago, they had the freeways go down. I mean, what if you were on your way to the hospital or just pregnant in the car and went into labor when you're stuck on the side of the freeway in the snow?
Right.
I mean, this is the kind of thing I would carry in my car.
Right.
If I was the dad, or in my wife's car. I mean, anytime she left the house, I would want this with her. That way a fireman, a cop, anybody could help out with this.
Could help out. All my moms actually, for planned home births, all my moms get a kit like this.
Yeah, okay.
And so it's at the house, and then when I show up, then we can go to business.
Yeah, that's good. I like it.
Thanks.
And what's the name of the company where we can get these again?
So Medical Gear Outfitters is hosting the official Combat Midwife birth kit.
Okay. And coming soon, you can get the patches, the morale patches.
We have T-shirts already, and T-shirts are on ballistic ink. So you can go there and get t-shirts already, but the patches will be here soon, and we have stickers and all sorts of fun things.
Awesome. And if you need some training, not only could you buy the kit, but you could get trained by the person that put the kit together. You just got to go to our website. What's your website again?
CombatMidwife.com.
And yeah, just send her a message and say, hey, we've got a group of like 40 paramedics at our station that just, they need to know this stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was 20 years in EMS, and I got close to delivering a baby one time, and doggone it, we got to the hospital too fast. I was upset because I wanted to be able to sign my name as the delivering physician.
Okay.
And that would have just been so cool. One of the few things I did not get to do on the ambulance that I really wanted to do. And a little jealous. You get to do it all the time though, right? Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to watch the other part of the video, and where we critique the birth scene in the movie Into the Woods. And you may enjoy that, and you'll see why this is really needed and why you have to have one of these if you're going to have kids.
Thank you.